yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Sir Martínez, maestro en la casa. Blazer High School, room 206. Ashland, Kentucky, no hay quien me aplasta. Clase de español, el plan es asiste.
25. The name Argentina comes from the Latin word for silver, argentum. The original European settlers believed the country was full of silver, but the rumor was never verified. 24. Statistically, Argentina has the largest white, of European ancestry, population of any nation in the Americas. According to the nation's 2010 census, nearly 97% of Argentina's population, 38 million out of 40, was found to be of European or mostly European descent. 23. Lionel Messi is widely considered the greatest footballer in the world for this generation, but this is common knowledge among sports fans. What most don't know, however, is that officials in Rosario, Messi's hometown, have banned parents from naming their children Messi because they were afraid it would cause too much confusion for the locals. I guess they're just trying to avoid creating a messy situation. 22. One of the most popular dances in the world, the tango, originated in the slaughterhouse district of Buenos Aires around the end of the 19th century, sometimes described as to originally be a dance for men. However, in the port community of Buenos Aires, first official tango dancers in history to seduce their clients. 21. Between 1974 and 1983, up to 30,000 people went missing in Argentina. Most were killed by the military junta running the country. Also during that dictatorship, opponents were pushed out of planes alive with weights attached to their feet so no bodies would be found as evidence. 20. One of the most famous first ladies in history, and the most admired and loved in Argentina, Eva Perón, portrayed by Madonna in the 1996 film Evita, became a global symbol of freedom and feminism for her political battles. Cristina Fernández de Kirchner, the first elected female president of Argentina, once stated that women of her generation owe a debt to Eva for her, quote, example of passion and combativeness. 19. To get an idea how much the Argentines love Eva Perón, 8 people were crushed to death and more than 2,000 injured following her funeral procession. 18. Argentina is the third biggest producer of beef in the world. It produces around 2.8 to 3.5 million tons a year, while the Argentine steak is famous for being one of the biggest and tastiest in the world. 17. Aconcagua Mountain is not only the highest point in Argentina, but also the tallest mountain in the Americas, measuring 22,841 feet, or 6,962 meters high. Aconcagua means stone guard in an indigenous dialect. 16. Argentine Spanish is referred to as lunfardo, which is a type of slang that emerged in Buenos Aires around 1900. It's more similar to Italian than Mexican Spanish and may have originated as a form of criminal slang. 15. Contrary to popular belief, the most famous revolutionary of the 20th century and symbol of the Cuban Revolution, Ernesto Che Guevara, was Argentine and not Cuban as many people falsely believe. Guevara was born on June 14, 1928 in Rosario, Messi's hometown, and was a full Argentine citizen. 14. Argentina has been one of the world's leading producers of wine since the 16th century and has approximately 1,800 wineries today. It's currently the world's 5th leading producer of wine. 13. Abortion is still officially restricted in Argentina, except in cases of rape or where the life of the mother is in danger. However, at least 500,000 illegal abortions are performed there annually. 12. Argentina has the world's second highest rate of anorexia behind Japan. The vast majority of the patients are women. Only 1 out of 8 patients being treated is male. 11. Buenos Aires has more psychoanalysts and psychiatrists than any other city in the world. It even has its own psychoanalytic district called Ville Freud. It's estimated that there are 145 psychologists for every 100,000 residents in the city. 10. Pope Francis, the current and 266th pontiff of the Roman Catholic Church, is a native of Argentina and the first non-European to be chosen to serve in that office. He once worked as a bar bouncer in Buenos Aires. 9. Argentina was the first country in Latin or South America to legalize same-sex marriage in 2010. 8. Argentina has the highest rates of movie viewing in the world per capita, and it's the only Latin American country to have won an Academy Award, in 1985 for La Historia Oficial, and in 2010 for El Secreto de sus Ojos. 7. Poor Niagara. These were the words Eleanor Roosevelt reportedly exclaimed when she visited Iguazu Falls for the first time. The term Iguazu means Great Waters in the Guarani language, and great waters they are. The falls were established as a Natural World Heritage Site by UNESCO in 1984. Iguazu Falls is one of the most frequented tourist sites in Argentina. 6. Quirino Cristiani was an Argentine animated film director and cartoonist, responsible for the world's first 2 animated feature films, as well as the first animated feature film with sound. Tragically, the only 2 copies of these films were lost in a fire. He is also the first person to create animation solely using cardboard cutouts. 5. Argentina is home to arguably the greatest footballer who ever lived, Diego Maradona. 4. In 1977, Argentina sent a pregnant woman to Antarctica in order to claim a portion of the continent. Her baby boy, Emilio Palma, became the first human to be born in Antarctica. Argentina also held the first wedding on Antarctica, and both Chile and Argentina have issued passport stamps there. 3. Argentina is home to the southernmost city in the world. Ushuaia has long been described as the southernmost city in the world, even though Chile claims that Puerto Williams, a Chilean settlement of some 2,000 residents, holds the honor. However, Ushuaia, with a population of nearly 60,000, has been a commercial and economic center for ages, and thus qualifies more as a city than Puerto Williams. 2. Argentina is the birthplace of the first child in the world to be legally recognized as having 2 fathers. Tobias was registered in 2012 to parents Carlos Dermgard and Alejandro Greenblatt, who married in 2011 under Argentina's equal marriage law. 1. Argentina was the first country to use fingerprinting in order to determine if a person was guilty of a crime. The first known example of fingerprinting occurred in June 1892, when police used a bloody fingerprint left on a door to identify Francisco Rojas as the murderer of her 2 children.
Libros para la mente empieza a crecer. Cervantes, García, Lorca para soñar. Palabras y letras vamos a transformar. Leyendo, hablando, oyendo la voz. Escribiendo sin miedo, somos campeones.